Hello everyone, greeting from TCC. So now let's work on grid view. Okay, which was quite empty now. So basically now let's edit it. We have to bound the fields with the cart object here. So how to work on it? Let's see what changes we have to do with the grid view. So this is a grid view. Okay, so you have to switch from source to design, and here we get the option. Okay, this option, small button here, so we can edit the columns or add the new column like that. So we need how many columns now? Okay, so that depends. Try to understand like what, like how the card should look like. So the very first thing should be like image should be visible of that product, then product name should be there, and then quantity, and then price, and then subtotal, and at the end, of course, there has to be like some option called like to delete it or to edit it. So how to add all those things? So let's see. So what I've done here, let me show you it again. So I have just selected this grid view here, click on this arrow and go with add new columns. So the very first column we need is the item template, like this template field. Okay, this template will modify, okay, to display the image. There will be no header text like this is the image and all, something like that. So this be as a blank, and they say okay. So one column has been added. If you can clearly have a look, you will see that one column is here, which is totally having no heading here. Okay, so that's the first column. Then again add new column, and let's say we have to bound the field, of course, and the header text will be something like what you want to get display on the header, like the column heading. So it will be like product, and the data field will be product name. Okay, I hope you all remember like why I'm putting this field, because this was the same variable which we have put in the cart object. Okay, so I'm remembering it properly and keeping it here. Okay, and let's say okay. Okay, and you can also keep it read only, because it will just be able to, user should only be able to read it, and say okay. So one more column has been added. Okay, and this was product name. Let me show you again, like on the product details.aspcx, when we added things into the cart. So what were the name? Of course, so there was a price, there was a product name, there was a product image URL, and there was a product ID. All these four things we have added into the cart. Okay, so remember this variable name, and accordingly we have to bind the data. So second column already done. Let's go ahead and again click on add new column. Okay, again one more time bound field, and this time it has to be quantity. Okay, and here the data field also will be quantity only, because we have saved it in that variable only, quantity, and make it read only. Or we can allow the user to change the quantity here also. So let's not keep it read only here. Let's click on OK and go ahead. So three columns we have added so far. Okay, add new column, and then header text. This time now it should be price, and the header text will be also the price. Data field will be also be the price. Yeah, and of course this is also read only, true. Okay, then add one more column for the subtotal. Okay, so the header text should appear as total, because it will get multiply the amount with the quantity, and but the data field will be subtotal, and the grand total will get visible in the label. Okay, which we have placed here like below grid view for that purpose. So let it be the data field will be subtotal. Okay, and this will be also read only. Say okay. Okay, now so far like we have added almost 5 columns, and this will vanish. Don't worry about this column 0 1 2, it will get vanish off. So if we click on edit columns now, this time, so you will see like we have added 5 fields. Template 1 for the image, product, quantity, price, and total. Okay, now let's go to the grid view. Okay, and let's add one more column, add new column, let's say like, or say edit column. So if you go to the, like, you can edit from here also, like you can choose this and say add, so command field also will get added. Why we need command field? Because we want users should get the buttons here. Okay, like to delete the row or to edit the row. So if we like have a command field here and you scroll here, so these are the command field properties. Okay, and here we have got the option C, show delete button is false, so let's make it true. Show edit button is false, so let's make it also true. Okay, and click on OK. Okay, so this is how edit and delete options are also visible now. Okay, so after that, if we go to edit columns again, there is no empty data template. We have to mention the empty data template, means when the data is not visible, then what should be visible on it, like that. So we'll do it through coding, don't worry. So let's click on, like, we are done with this part of adding the columns to the grid view. So let's cancel this and let's come to the source, and you will see that things have been added in the grid view. So this is a like image, like this is a template field, this is the product name, then quantity, price, subtotal, and the buttons are visible here. Okay, now what we are supposed to do here, let's deal with this thing first. Like we wanted to have a image, so that means we have to create a one template here. Okay, some item template, because we can't directly add the image inside it. Now we can add image inside this, and let it be like the image control from the ASP.NET tools box. So we need image here, so let's drop the image here. Okay, and we'll decide the property like this, like it goes like image URL. Okay, and equal to, we will be binding it this on the dynamic, like on the runtime. So we have to use the scriptlet here, the percentage and then hash. So we are binding the data here using the eval function, and we are saying it will get binded to the variable called image URL or product image URL. Let me see what it was. Yeah, it was product image URL. So copy this, let's come here again back on view card and let's copy it here. It is not getting copy, just a sec. Let me write it only, product image URL. Okay, now the next thing, also let's mention the height and width properly. Okay, it should appear small now this time, so height should be like 150 and width should be 200. That's it. Okay, so this thing is ready, this part are ready now. Okay, and delete button is ready. Now one more thing we just have to add after columns, like this were the columns, right? And we also have to add something called empty data template. So when the template or the data is not there with this grid view, so what should happen and what should be visible? So you should write like something like this, like your shopping cart is empty. Okay, this will be only visible when the cart is empty basically. Okay, when there is no data to bind with grid view. Okay, and inside that we can have a anchor tag giving the property href equal to, we can say navigate to category.aspx. Let's close this and anchor it close, and basically we can write inside that add products. So there will be like hyperlink kind of a thing, and products, if we click on it, so it will redirect us to the category page, of course, and user can start doing shopping. Okay, so this is what we wanted to achieve. Okay, we are almost done with this grid view. There is also like some certain things which we has to get added. Okay, let's go to the design now. Okay, when you select the grid view, this is like grid view you have selected, so property window will remain active here. Now if you want to change the ID, you can even do the like change the ID also. Okay, giving a proper name to it like this. This is the grid view, we can change it to grid cart. Okay, so it will get reflected everywhere. Now what we are supposed to do here, okay, there are certain events associated with this grid view. We have to add it, because let me show you first. Like on the view cart.aspx.cs, okay, we can only see the page load function is here. Okay, but there are other functions should get added, or other events should also get added, which are associated with the grid view, which we'll be working on. So for that, okay, just choose a grid view, okay, and open the property window, and here like scroll down. So this is the behavior. Oh yeah, fine. There is a like event section also here. You can click on this. Have a look clearly. This is the event section. Click on event, and now we have to choose the event, like which event we want, and just simply double click on it. So we need row deleting. Okay, so if you double click on it, it will get added here. See, so grid cart row deleting, and what has to be done, like while deleting the row, we'll write the code here. Similarly, okay, we also need row updating. Okay, and we also want row cancelling the edit if user doesn't want to edit and cancel the editing. So then what has to be done, and the last thing is like deleting the row, editing the row, sorry, this one, row editing. Yeah, so this 4 events I have added here. So in the next video we'll see how to bind the data first with the grid view, and what code we should write here in the row deleting, updating and cancelling editing and row editing part. Okay, so kindly watch this video again if you're still confused. Try to understand like how things we have added here, how fields we have added here, how controls we have added here properly, and what events we have added associated with this grid view. That's it from this video. Thank you so much.
That's all guys from this video. If you really like this video, press like button and do subscribe to our channel. If any queries or suggestions, do comment below. For more such updates, follow us on Instagram and Facebook.